Now, the voter's ID card of the NDC parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North has been withdrawn by the Electoral Commission. Kwamina Minta is alleged to have provided false information when he applied for his card. He will thus not have a valid voter's card when the EC opens nominations. Per the country's electoral laws, he cannot contest this year's elections because he will not be a registered voter. Let's go on the line. Central Regional Correspondent Richard Kojonyako. He's been following this. Richard, tell us, what information did Mr. Minta present to the Commission, which was later found to be false?
Well, so he provided the information of his address system. He pointed to a building where he stays. But when he was challenged and he came before the committee, he could not substantiate that. And so it was deemed to be a false information. In fact, after his registration, his card was given him. And then he was recalled that someone had challenged him. And so he should submit his card. So he duly submitted a card. And then the committee sat on it. The committee went to the residential address where the infraction allegedly took place. And then after the sitting on the committee, they found him guilty. And so this means that his card has been withdrawn. He will be without a card. And when I spoke with some officials of the EC today, they said that after the withdrawal of the card, he is supposed to, by law, he's supposed to pay 500 penalty units, or in default, go in for 2 years.
I'm interested in how Mr. Kwamina Minta himself has been reacting to his predicament. What has he been saying, if anything at all?
Well, a short while ago, I saw his conversation on a WhatsApp group. He's not spoken publicly to this, but the communication on his WhatsApp group indicates that he's going for an appeal, and so people should relax their nerves. People shouldn't panic. He was addressing his supporters in a party WhatsApp group, and so he's going for an appeal, and he feels that he has he says he has two residential facilities in that particular constituency, and so he cannot be disqualified like that, and so he will appeal. So that is his reaction, actually. But the NDC has become very apprehensive in the constituency because it's getting to about a year since the primaries were conducted, and so if he is disqualified, then it means that they would have to field a new candidate that will contest this year's election.
All right, many thanks, Richard Kojonyako, our Central Regional Correspondent, with those details on that NDC parliamentary candidate, Kwamina Minta, who has essentially been kicked out of the race because he presented some false information to the EC, and as such, his ID card has been withdrawn.